So it was brought to my attention last night that I hadn't actually uploaded a video of the Newbury to Kintbury section. So here we go. Parking Camp Hobson. Head out the back and there's a little green fence beyond all these cars. The bridge over the canal. You see this green fence? There's a gate in it. Go through the gate and turn right. You're in central Newbury, so there are cafes and bars everywhere if you want to grab a coffee before you go. Follow the towpath along. Uh-oh, people. Look at this little thing and they're going to get fed and they can't even be bothered to reflect elephants, I don't know. Just no art left in the swan world anymore, is there? So you come around this corner, see this little bridge over the river and you can see the lock underneath it. And you actually have to have where that silver car is. You bear right up there and cross over the high street. Straight across the high street into this little alley. And what you have to do, which isn't very obvious, is take a little dive to your left. Through this. Which takes you under the road above. And out onto the canal. It is, yet again, a beautiful winter's day, and because it's just about lunchtime, much warmer than it was at 10 o'clock when I really thought about leaving. As you walk down towards the first spring bridge of the day, you can see how Newbury was based around the canal at one point. Here's a man feeding the birds, tuppence a bag. If I'm honest, he's feeding them white sliced bread. He shouldn't feed anything white sliced bread. It's just horrible. Anyway, number 62, our first swing bridge of the day. South side of the river, just after lunchtime. Heading out of people and into the countryside. This one's just a short measure, but it is quite pretty. As you can see, lots of barges and narrowboat. Tupperware moored up by the rich and famous. Normally at this point I'd be doing the ubiquitous Jack Hargreaves out of town, mirrored shots, complaining about the noise of the A4, but no, it's His Majesty's bloody army flying on a Friday afternoon just to upset the engineers because they'll come back in at 3 o'clock and go, oh, I've got this minor snagette, folks. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Definitely in Jack Hargreaves country now. Bridge 64. Across the canal, back to the north side. There is something about a still, cold winter's day in England and a mill pond type canoe. Canoe? A mill pond type canoe? A mill pond type canal. Reflecting everything up. Even if there is a bloody road going down, spoiling the shot in the distance. It just can't be beat. While the Army Air Corps in the distance, let's just take a moment to enjoy the serene beauty of an English canal in winter. Bridge 68. Now this is positioned geographically on a north-south alignment between Hampstead Marshall and Marsh Benham, and yet about a mile up the road there max is the strangely named Newbury Castle. Strangely named because we're 3 miles from Newbury and Donington Castle is less than half a mile from Newbury, and that's called Donington Castle. So heaven knows what's going on here. Obviously had a little too much of the Malmsey. Anyway, don't cross over, stay on the north side of the canal and onwards and upwards. We're well over halfway now. The Canal and River Trust doing its good thing, refurbishing locks. They really do quite a wonderful job for an organisation which is no doubt severely underfunded. Because it doesn't make anybody in Parliament rich, does it? So here we are at Cops Lock, between that bit of Victorian engineering and the canal itself. We see this is where the Kennet and the canal have parted ways for a bit, because if you go out that way, the Kennet meanders around and is wibbly wobbly, whereas here they've just cut across the corner basically. So it is a shared waterway. So from here back the way we've come to Newbury is pretty much all river, and obviously engineered river, but just here it's just like, no, that's a long way round, let's cut the corner off. Oh, and here comes the army again, whoop-de-doo. I wonder if they've just forgotten how to turn the navwas on, and they've given the most dangerous thing in the world, an officer with a map, some level of control. Into the last quarter of the walk now, despite the constant interruptions by His Majesty's finest, or habits die hard. It's a really pleasant day, despite it being minus lots first thing this morning. In the sunshine, it is absolutely beautiful. I'm wearing a t-shirt and a thin fleece. No hat, no gloves. I completely missed what that was flying through the reeds, but hey. So, before the violence comes crashing into my little world, enjoy the silence. It's well worth remembering that while canals might not be the arteries of commerce they were designed for, they still have a use in society. They're a green corridor in busy urban landscapes. I mean, today I've seen runners, fellow walkers, fishermen, and people who dwell on the boats and barges on the canal. I don't know what you call them, Egyptians, bargees, whatever. I'm sure they have a collective noun. I'm sure they're very happy. It looks like a very nice way to live, although a bit busy because you're constantly having to find food and fuel, which I suppose takes you back to your roots a little bit. So anyway, as we head into Kintbury, get yourself out and about a bit, get some fresh air. And these 2 days have been marvellous. Sadly, it's going to tip down tomorrow, so it'll just be raincoat on and a wet water stomp around town. So here we are, approaching the end of the Newbury to Kintbury section. Safe in the knowledge that the Kintbury to Bedouin section video is up online and available for viewing. You could do something mad, I don't know, give it a share and a like, you know. 2 likes on my YouTube account after, I don't know, 12 years of ownership. What's not to like? So, on our left, behind those trees, you can see a little sign just in front of them by the end of the barge that says open all day. There is a pub there. So I would imagine on Boxing Day or New Year's Day, if you book a table, this would be a fabulous post blowout walk. So you take 5 and a bit miles to the pub and then pop back into Newbury on the train. So there won't be any trains on Boxing Day or New Year, will there? No, you wouldn't want that to happen, would you? Because nobody else is at work. So with 40 minutes before my train, I've slid across the canal into the Dundas Arms for a swift pint before going back. It is welcoming with walkers and dogs, and does food and drink and rooms and breakfast every day from 8 o'clock, which sounds really good. So you could park up in the station car park, have breakfast, then walk into Newbury and get the train back. That would be cool. Or if you did the other walk that's up on my site, which is from here to Great Bedouin, you could do exactly the same thing but the other way. You're cool. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my pint of Buckham here. Trolley back up to Newbury, drive home, shower and change. I suppose I might have to go to the pub. Hexter, see you soon. Oh, and they keep a fine pint as well.
The Great Western Railway service to Newbury.